Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Force here, and today we will be taking a look at Dishonored. This is an immersive first-person action game that has you playing the role of a supernatural assassin by the name of Corvo, who is on a mission of revenge. Here in this video we'll be going over the basics of Dishonored, which will include me showing you some gameplay, talking about the game's various features, and giving you my general thoughts and impressions on the title. Also in this video I want to try to highlight the vast amounts of variability when it comes to completing missions in the game. You know, depending on how you approach the mission, what objectives you decide to complete, what abilities you decide to use, and how you decide to engage enemies, every one of these missions can play through completely differently every time you go back to it. So we're going to do actually a couple of playthroughs here of mission number 6, which is about halfway through the game's story. I did complete Dishonored yesterday. I basically spent the entire day with the game, and I thought that this would be a good mission to highlight the game and show off most of its features. So let's go ahead and hop in here to mission number 6 for our first playthrough, and the first time around we're going to focus on one objective, while in the second playthrough we'll focus on another. And we begin the mission on a boat ride with our good friend Samuel.
This is it, Corvo. Your last memories of Dunwall Tower might not be good ones, huh? So maybe you could make up for what happened back then. It'll be a bit of a climb from the waterlock. Most important thing is killing the Lord Regent. Built himself quite a place at the top of the tower. Calls it his safe room or something. Crazy if you ask me. Another point of interest while I'm giving you the grand tour, Corvo. Broadcast control station here where all them announcements come from might be worth looking into. You ready? Next time I see you, the Lord Regent will be dead. And if not, well, it was an honor to serve with you.
Alright, these boat rides with Samuel kick off the game's various missions, and it serves a couple of purposes. The first one is to give you the general layout of the upcoming mission, basically the surroundings, and he gives you a general idea of what's going on, but also he gives you an alternative way of completing the mission. So we're going to go ahead and head into tasks here, just to show you the primary task is to kill the Lord Regent. However, through talking with Samuel, he told us, hey, maybe we should check out the broadcast station. Now, if we head there, there's actually a way to dispatch of the Lord Regent without actually killing him, so it's again an alternative way to complete the mission. However, as I stated earlier, what I want to do is show you how different playthroughs can look, and I'm going to try to do this in the most extreme fashion. Here in the first playthrough of this mission, we're going to spend the first couple of minutes. I'm going to complete the mission relatively quickly and kill off the Lord Regent, and then we're going to take our time and do alternative missions in the second playthrough. Now here in this first one, I'm not going to talk too much about the game's features. We're just going to try to blitz our way through this here as quickly really as we can. Let's go ahead and walk past those guys. And they saw us, but you know what, I'm not too worried because we're going to continue our way through here. Go this way, there we go, make our way up there, and continue our way through. So this is to a huge extreme, showing you how you can really just blitz through a mission, go straight for the objective, the primary objective, and then just leave, and then that's it. And you might say, okay, Force, what's the big deal? You're completing this mission in a couple of minutes. What are there, like 50 missions? No, there's only 9. But the thing is, that's not to say, wow, this game is going to be super short then. I mean, you completed one of 9 missions in under 5 minutes. That's true, but I'm going to miss out on a ton of stuff, and that's really the main point of me showing you this here, is to show you if you were to try to do something like this, and if you were to try to complete the mission by just blitzing your way all the way to the end, you're going to miss out on a lot, and that's not necessarily a good thing. So I'm going to show you how we can just blitz through this mission. We're almost done.
Everything's secure here, sir. We have doubled the guards at every
Kill that guy quickly. Okay. Now we're going over here.
Someone get over here.
Shutting that off. Making our way through here. And we're killing the Lord Regent. He is dead. Now we're gonna head out. This way. This is an extreme example of how you could complete this mission. And when I say extreme, I mean this is ridiculous.
By the outsider.
So the main objective is complete. We're going to continue our way through here. Now we're going to go this way. Gonna head back out this way. And mission complete.
Is it all done? You ready to go back to the Hound Pits?
So at this point, we could end the mission and move on to the next one. But what I'm going to do is we're going to replay the mission, and this time I'm going to take the time to show you what this game's all about and show you how much you miss if you blitz through the action. Alright, so here we are again at the start of mission number 6, and this time we're going to take the time to show you all of the game's features and what you miss out on if you try to blitz through the game. First off, I'm going to open up the journal and once again show you these are our objectives, where at the very start we can either kill the Lord Regent or we can do this optional task of heading to the broadcast station, which is what we'll do. Also, I'll continue to show you through this. We've got mission clues, these things you acquire throughout the course of a mission. For example, the combinations to safe boxes, or just little hints and tips as to secret areas or things you need to do to complete the mission. Also mission items whenever that is pertinent. Under notes, this tells the game's story aside from the storytelling done in the main dialogue. There are written notes from people within the game, various characters. There are also books that you can read and audiographs. There are powers and bone charms, which we'll take a look in just one moment. And then lastly, the inventory. You've got your resources such as health and mana potions. Then also rewire tools, runes, and coins. That's just the game's currency. Key rings, any keys that you find in the game. Gadgets, these are your weapons, as well as the heart, which is a major aspect to the game. The ammo that you currently have for all of your weapons, and as well as upgrades that you have purchased. You can get upgrades to your stealth, upgrades for your weapons, your capacity, sword crossing upgrade. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off by taking a look at one of the coolest things about this game that I think it adds a lot of personality to it, and that is the heart. So I have that bound to 6, and I can pull up the mouse wheel to show you. This is your little wheel, and you can rebind anything. For example, my heart, which is currently bound to 6, if I mouse over and it hits 0, it'll get rebound to 0 at the bottom. Let's bring that back to 6, though. So 6 is the heart. Now what this does is it shows you the location of the various runes and bone charms in your particular area of the mission. There are several areas. Loading screens bring you into separate areas, and every area has a set amount of runes and bone charms in secret hidden locations. So you pull out the heart to find this. Now you're going to notice if you look at the heart, it's just doing whatever right now, and as I go close to where it's located, it's going to start beating and become active. Beyond showing you the location of these runes and bone charms, it also gives you a bit of a backstory as to what's going on in your particular area.
If the plague were to take the entire city, or flames consume it, Dunwall Tower would be the last to fall.
So wherever you are in the various mission and all of these separate missions, they've got a few different dialogue options for the heart. Let's see what she says if I do it again.
The Lord Regent resides here, as do those who await their turn with the executioner, though the departments differ.
Okay, so you might be wondering, Force, what are bone charms and runes? Well, bone charms and runes are found in the game, again with the heart, and they give you access to powers as well as special perks. So the powers, there are active powers called powers, as well as enhancements, which are basically passive abilities. We've got the Vitality, which increases health and health regeneration, Bloodthirsty, which triggers adrenaline for instant kills, Agility, increased jump height, falling damage reduced, also overall speed increased, and then Shadow Kill. Let me actually put a point into that right now. There's 2 levels for each power and enhancement, so I'm going to get level number 1 of Shadow Kill, which will turn unaware enemies to ash, which means there won't be a lying corpse on the ground, so other enemies can't spot it and then blow my cover, basically. That's a good ability to have. And also for the powers, there's Dark Vision. This lets me see enemies as well as their field of vision through walls as well. Blink, the primary ability in the game, this is the first power that you get, and it's what let me blitz through the mission, as you saw at the beginning. And then also some of the powers that I don't have, there's Possession, lets you take control of animals or people for a short duration. Bend or slow time, or actually stop time at level number 2, does what you think it does. It slows time and allows you to get past things that otherwise would be difficult to pass, although it's not 100% required. It's sort of is that something you want to do? I didn't need to use it for my entire playthrough of the game. Again, I've completed this game. We're just replaying through mission 6 here. Devouring Swarm summons rats to kill people, and then Wind Blast, this is like a Fusroda, knock people back kind of deal. It can also blow open doors as well. That's kind of cool. And then Bone Charms. Bone Charms, again, something besides the runes that are used to purchase these powers and enhancements. Bone Charms are things that you find in the game that give you little perks. You can have a total of 6 Bone Charms selected. You're going to find a lot more than 6. And depending on how you want your character to play, you'll select different bone charms. It's pretty simple. What I'm going to actually do here is I'm going to get rid of this Plague Affinity, and instead I will pick up, I think I wanted Twist of Fortune, yeah. So this will very rarely make it so that a potion gives me full mana. Fallen Star, I drop Assassinations, restore a bit of mana. I've got Fleet Fighter, having my weapon out doesn't slow me. Acrobat, climb slightly faster. Food heals me slightly more. And then Whirlwind 2, you swing your sword moderately faster. And so Whirlwind 2, this just means I found the 2nd level of Whirlwind throughout collecting Bone Charms while playing the game. And these are just a few examples. There will be more eventually once you collect all of the Bone Charms. So that whole system, that is all found by pulling out the heart in the game and locating the Bone Charms as well as runes. Now let's go ahead and blink up here. And this time what we're going to do is we're not just going to blitz straight for him. I want to show you how much is in this level and how much you miss like Bone Charms by blitzing through it. So there's a Bone Charm located right there. Let's see if we can get ourselves to it, shall we? Okay. Blink right up to that location. We'll blink over here. Bone Charm. It's located right here. So this is going to give me... Alright, that is Healthy Appetite, rank 2.
Takes all his meals in his safe room.
Eats way up there on the roof. Don't he get dizzy stomach?
He doesn't eat while looking over the edge, dimwit.
Though he has been known to take in the view now and again.
Oh, sure,
Whoops.
I get you. I've taken the view in once in a while myself, when no one's looking. Who don't?
What?
So you just listen to a little bit of dialogue between these two guards. That occurs quite often. One thing that was kind of bothersome, though, is that there is definitely some repeated dialogue, and you'll probably hear portions of it as we make our way through the game. Now, I just used my number 8 ability, which is my Dark Vision. And we're going to go ahead and blink up over here, and we're going to take out this guard. Let's do this in a non-lethal manner. So we walk up behind him, and we hold down left control, and that will strangle him. Now that he's strangled, I could leave his body there, but the problem is if another guard spots it, well, then I'm in trouble, right? So we're going to go ahead and hide his body by walking it right on over in this direction and dumping it down the stairs. All right, let's go ahead and bring up our vision again, see if we can see anyone coming. No one nearby. Going to show you collectibles as well with this vision. Also show you especially items like that pylon down there, which we can take a look at that right now. Let's go ahead and head down into this direction. Deactivate our dark vision.
Attention Dunwall Tower personnel. All new assignments report directly to the duty office.
Alright, so this pylon over here, which goes by the name of an arc pylon, this will shock you if you walk into range of it. And let me just show you that. I know I would normally not do this, but for the sake of showing you. If you walk in range of it, that's what's going to happen. Now, there's a couple of things you can do. The first thing that you can do is you can either unpower it by pulling out the whale oil tank, which is fuel in this game, or you can rewire it so that enemies who walk within the arc pylon will become shocked. Now, you use up a rewiring tool. You can see I've got 7 tools remaining. It says on the center of the screen. So I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to unpower it by taking out this tank. And I can either drop that tank on the ground by hitting F again, or with left mouse button I can chuck it, which leads to some explosive damage. So that has been unpowered, so now I do not have to worry about it. Oh, looks like they heard that explosion.
Shout if you see him.
And they found the body. So, now we've got a situation here, right?
We know you're here.
And I really wish that I had that arc pylon powered and rewired now.
Where are you?
What I'm gonna do is we are going to sedate one, So he is asleep.
I know you're here.
And we will take out the second one. We can do this in a couple of ways. Now he's walking in that direction.
When I find you, it's going to be bad.
I could assassinate him or I could shoot him. Let's go ahead and shoot him, but let's do it silently
I'll
here
find you.
with this arrow.
I'll feed your heart to the hound.
Oh, never mind. That missed.
Firing.
Okay. Well, at least he died eventually. So again, there's so many different ways you can approach these engagements. Now, I'll quickly go through the weapons here that I currently have. I've got a pistol to 1. Got this crossbow with the regular arrow for 2. 3 is a sedating arrow. 4 is an explosive arrow. 5, this is a trap that I can throw on the ground. As you can tell by looking at the trap, it's kind of sharp. Number 6 is the heart. 7 is my blink, and 8 is my dark vision. Man, that situation would have been so awesome had I had the fuel tank there to show you guys that. Oh well. Didn't quite work out that way, and that's okay. Doesn't always go as you planned. This guy in a compromising position. I don't want people to see him like that, so let's save him his dignity and just throw him. Yeah, throw him over the edge. On to poor Samuel. Watch out, Samuel. Oh, God. That's no good. All right, let's continue our way through. So already, just this little bit of exploring here early on has taken up more time than the entire playthrough of the first one. Let's pull up our heart here. So we got a rune all the way over there. There's also one a little bit closer. That's the next one we're going to go for. First, let's take a look at some other aspects of this game, though. An alarm. Now, if you get spotted and enemies run to the alarm, that's going to draw more enemies. So you can shut it off to make sure that doesn't happen. But right now, there's nobody here. I've actually dispatched of everyone on this side. So what we're going to do is we're going to head to the other side. And what I want to do, for the sake of showing it to you, I'm going to rewire the wall of light. Now, there's a guy right there. I want him to see me and try to chase me through that wall of light.
Now what?
So we're going to be spotted here.
I need more men.
Now, if they try to shoot through the wall, look. Now, normally, that's what would have happened to me. And if they try to shoot through it, nothing's going to go through. If they try to run through it, they die. So, it's so funny. So funny to see that. Now, we're going to go back into hiding. Because I want to try to sneak up on these guys. There we go. But that was just for the sake of showing you how hilarious that can be. If you rewire that. Now, this guy's chilling out right here.
Where are you?
And he's shocked again.
Attention, Dunwall Tower personnel. Remain on post until you receive further orders.
Tall boy down there. He's just a normal guy, but he's on stilts, and you have to be really careful about engaging them because they can definitely hurt. A couple ways to take him out. One is to shoot. One of the ways is to shoot the fuel tanks on the back of them. The other way is to do a death from above attack, which I can show you like this. Right there in the neck. So while you're jumping on top of someone, there's going to be a trigger activated. Also, this red vision that you're seeing, this is my adrenaline rush ability. Were there other enemies in the area at the time, I could hold down left control and then click on left mouse button to execute them. Basically an instant kill. Just picked up some coin. You'll find various items and artifacts in the game, and they will just give you money, and you use that to purchase stuff in a store in the main town in this game. These little plague of rats, you have to be very careful for these because they will attack you and hurt you. As soon as I land on the ground, you're going to see these guys come straight for me. Look at that. So you got to stay away from that because they will hurt you. They will do damage to you. You can also distract them by giving them a corpse to feed on. If you happen to take someone out without disintegrating them, for example, you can throw a corpse down and they'll chew on it, and that can allow you to get by people as well. Now, so we got a few options here. Now, the last time, which you saw me do, I'm going to go back through this way. There's just so many ways you can go in this game, too. That's the other really, really awesome thing. So many avenues you can take. All right, so we're going to go back this way. And, Head back over here. So in the very first playthrough, I want to unpower that thing now. In the very first playthrough, what you saw me do is you saw me go through here, and I went across and just went along that right side. Now I want to show you going from the left side now. A little bit of a different engagement.
Don't you love the view from here?
This place makes me sad.
Why is that?
This is where the Empress was killed by that wretched murderer. Everything changed for the worse after that day.
It was a dark day for sure, but things were already bad with the plague. In any case, I wouldn't...
Simply because it's against my morals, I decided not to kill the maid. And we just rendered her unconscious. However, I do want to put her somewhere hidden. So let's go ahead and put her in the bush over here. And we do have to get rid of this guy. Let me show you the rat features now. Okay, rats. You guys hungry? Hmm? There you go. So were they in my way? I could give them this corpse to feed on. And then I could get by them safely. While they were distracted, basically. They don't stay distracted for very long, though, so... just bear that in mind. Alright, let's see if we can make our way back up here. There we go. Alright, so... let's continue to take a look from this angle. But again, notice how different it is when you choose not to blitz, huh? Oh, gosh. That guy saw me. The tall boy. Can definitely be difficult when you get caught out in the open against him. Alright. There we go. Collect the things over here. Let's do another check with the heart to look for local charms and runes. There is a rune right in this direction.
Outsider's eyes.
Took that guard out and then was able to peace out right after that. Tall boy's coming, which I want to avoid, so we're going to go ahead and head down over here. Briefly want to talk about mana. Let me show you this really quick. So the mana bar. Now if I use an ability, it's going to draw mana. I didn't realize he came this far down. If I want to use an ability, it's going to draw mana. However, that mana will recharge. So watch where my mana is currently located. Now, let me refill it first. So see my mana? If I blank, it's going to use it, but it recharges. Now, if I blink twice, it will only recharge my most recent ability. I can't believe he came all the way down here. That's hilarious. So I can keep doing this. I can blink and let it recharge, and it's going to keep refilling. So you don't have to worry about running out of mana if you're very careful with how often you use your abilities. However, it's when you use multiple abilities that you're going to run all the way down because it will only recharge your most recent one. See? So it really gives you, it gives you a sense of wanting to conserve, especially if you don't have a lot of potions. Now, I refill that with T, and R is to refill my health as well, and that just uses up the potions that I have in my inventory. So again, you can be really careful. This guy's freaking out a little bit.
Probably just the wind.
It was just the wind. And once he comes, blink and assassinate.
What was it?
Excellent. Pick up some items here, collectibles, tools, like I got a grenade. Also have that oil tank there. Be careful for that little spotlight. There's also a gun attached to it. Check our heart, and there's a rune right there. Let's go ahead and head to it. And there we go. We picked up another rune. Bullets, which we don't need. Also another little note here, which gets added to our list of notes. Now, another check of the heart. It's going to show that there's a rune really far away. I happen to know that that's in the other area beyond the main tower, so we're not going to be able to get to it from our current location, which means we have to head inside. So let's go ahead and head inside now. How we're going to do that will be a little bit different, though. For one, let's take this guy out. Couple guys down there. So last time we went in the side. This time we're gonna head in a different way. Let me quickly though do this. Powers, powers, powers. Can't quite get that yet. I can get possession though. Possession. Physically merge with an animal's body for a limited time. So there you go. So if the host dies, I enter the same fate. However, at level 2, I can also possess people, which is pretty awesome. Now, let me show you the possession ability. It's going to be bound to 9. Looks like I have to be a bit closer there for that. So I'm going to blink down here. And oops. Blink right here. So I've possessed a fish, and this lets me swim in here. And then all of a sudden, I'm inside. Pretty awesome, huh? Now the animal doesn't survive it, unfortunately for the animal, but for me it's not really that big of a deal. So that was an alternative way of getting into this area. And now I am inside of the Dunwall Tower. Let's go ahead and head on in. Alright, now that we're inside, whenever I come into a new location, the first thing that I always do is pull out the heart. Check. Okay, so now I know I've got one rune over there, bone charm, and a rune up and to the left a little bit. So now at least I have an idea of direction and how many that I'm looking for. Also, we've got the broadcast control station, which is located right there. Now again, if I go to my optional task, that is the optional task, which will provide me a different avenue of completing the primary task. So that's what I'm going to focus on this time. Now, peek through the hole by holding down F. Lets me see what's going on. Can then open the door.
What is going on down there, General?
There are no reports of any disturbances, Lord Regent.
I don't care. Double the guards anyway. Triple them. Make sure everyone is doing what needs to be done.
Yes, Lord Regent. Since the rooftop is secure, you should stay in the safe room for now. My men and I will ensure no one gets up to you.
Yes, you do that, General.
I'm heading up. Keep this area secure and use that alarm if there's any sign of trouble.
Sometimes it bugs out a little bit. There we go. Okay. So we took out that one guy, he disintegrated, so they're not going to see his corpses. A couple guys over there, which you can see. Alright, let me think here. I want to take him out. Yeah, you know the other thing too is, let's just go check over here. Broadcast control station key needed, which I don't have. Got an arc pylon up there, which I'll have to be careful about. Let's go ahead and take the chandeliers up to the next level. Okay.
A citywide ban on whale oil is now in effect. Citizens are encouraged.
Quick peek through the door. Not much to see. The broadcast control station is up there. And we're gonna get there by getting past this pylon first. So I was able to take that one shot. A second shot would have killed me. I'm able to sneak out. And let's take a look at this optional quest.
Please don't hurt me. You're here to kill the Regent, aren't you?
Indeed.
Spare my life, and I can help you beat him. He makes recordings on audiograph, secrets, some that would destroy him if others heard. Played on this amplifier, his confessions would be broadcast throughout the city. He'll be ruined. The audiograph card you want is in a safe in the Lord Regent's room, but I was able to see the combination over his shoulder. 935. Trust me, what's recorded on that card will do the trick. Good luck.
Alright, so instead of killing the propaganda officer, which I very well could have done, and I wouldn't have gotten that quest, and now I have this second quest, now gives me the non-lethal option to complete the first one. So kill Lord Regent, or do the non-lethal option, which is find the autograph from the Lord Regent's bedroom. So that is going to be our next task. So there's the roof to kill him, or the safe to not kill him, but still complete the quest. And that is the one that we're going to go for. Now the next thing, the tricky thing, is getting back past this. And I'd like to actually shut it off. So what we're going to do is make a dash down to the bottom. You can see here, there's the control panel that leads all the way down to shutting it off. So that's what I need to get to. Okay. Let's unpower that. Oh, we got some rats. Goodbye, rats. Fortunately, they heard that explosion, but whatever. Let's get the key for that. Now we must go in the safe. Oh my gosh.
Who's that? I know, got you now. Watch it.
And I was spotted.
Gotta be here somewhere.
Oops, sorry. Don't throw explosives if you don't want people to hear you. Pro tip.
Hold on. Someone's down. I know you're here somewhere, scum.
You don't know such a thing.
When I find you, it's going to be bad. Check under everything.
Damn it! Someone's down.
I know you're here. I know you're here somewhere, scum.
What's the word? Watch it.
Flank him.
Take off!
So much action. Not necessarily intended. Let's throw a trap down. Show you some instant kills. That was from my adrenaline rush. Now that guy's dead. All right, well. Oh boy. At least we got rid of a bunch of guards, huh? Yeah, that's a good thing. Regent's safe Regent's safe room is right in there. That's where we're gonna get to complete the next part of this mission. And the key was 935. So, go up to the safe. And then we do this with F. And we pick up his audiograph, as well as a letter, and some coin. So let's go ahead and throw this on. Again, imagine how great it would have been if I rewired that instead of shutting it off completely. Unbelievable. It's too funny. And here's the audiograph. Let's see what happens.
If I explain, then you will see I am not at fault. My poverty eradication plan was meant to bring prosperity to the city.
He has been neutralized.
Scoundrels who waste their days in filth and drink, without homes or occupations other than to beg for the coin for which the rest of us toil. And it was a simple plan.
And that completes the quest. So again, look, that is it. I didn't have to kill him. I didn't have to go all the way up to his tower. None of that stuff had to occur. An alternative way of completing this very same quest. And that's it. I could head back to town now that the primary task has been done. However, there is still a lot more to see here in this tower.
And let them take care of the poor for us. The plan
like the runes and charms.
Perfectly at first. But the rats, oh, it was as if they sought to undo me. They hid from the catchers and bred.
Finish listening to this first.
Soon it didn't matter. Rich, poor, all were falling sick. And then people began to ask questions. The Empress assigned me to investigate whether the rats had been imported by a foreign power. I knew the truth would come out eventually, so there was no other way than to be rid of her and take power myself. She had to die, you see. She had to die. Bringing about the death of an Empress is not an easy thing. But it gave me the chance to attack the plague with some real authority. Quarantines, deportation of the sick. But there's always some idiot.
He just keeps talking.
Searching for her wretched lost babe, or some sniveling workman searching for his missing wife. And then quarantine is broken.
It's over, Hiram. Your head will roll for what you've done.
Would have worked. I'll make you rich man if you just let me go. Follow orders.
You nearly destroyed this city. No amount of money will undo that. Get him ready for the walk to Coldridge Prison.
Yes, sir.
And that is him being damned for what he has done. And there is still so much more. There's probably another good 30 minutes worth of finding all the runes. There's another quest to complete as well. So there's a lot more to be done, and we're gonna be cutting the video here, but that just goes to show you how you could quickly blitz through a mission one way, or you could take your time and collect everything, do alternative quests. There's another quest to be done too. In fact, let's do that. Let's do that one quest here. I think that would be neat if we completed that. So we're gonna do one more optional quest. I'm not gonna worry about collecting those runes and everything right now. I'm gonna do one more optional quest just to show you the torturer.
I better make a pass over here.
No, stupid goddamn.
Sorry, buddy. Pick up some blueprints for explosive pistol shot. Okay. And we're going to continue to make our way towards the basement. First, I'm actually going to go for these guys.
Sir, I've been hearing strange noises from the end of the hallway.
It's probably coming from the torturer's rooms. He's a walking freak show. Just stay clear of him. Everyone does.
What's wrong with him?
He's mute. But it's more than that. I heard the overseers were furious because they suspect him of practicing the dark arts. But the Regent ordered them to leave him alone for now. Like I said, avoid the area.
Don't worry about me, sir. That sounds like a bad combination all around.
Visit the torturer. Let's do this. Okay. And we're going to wrap up this video by taking a look at the torturer down in his chamber. It's pretty disgusting, let me warn you. Look at what he did. That is awful. It's going to also give us our final rune and allow us to go out with a cinematic.
Here you are, Corvo, within the high walls of your enemy's stronghold. You're an unstoppable force, it seems, but also unpredictable. The Lord Regent lives, despite all he's done, and that is most surprising. The last year must have been agony for such a tightly wound man, watching as the plague spiraled out of control, as people on the streets went mad and died bleeding from the eyes, knowing that it was all his fault. As you hunted down his people one by one and finally came for him, he must have realized that all his planning was for nothing. And that must have been exquisitely terrifying. But in the end, you chose the more measured response. What will that mean in the days to come, I wonder? I've lived a long, long time, and these are the moments I wait for.
And that is going to conclude our look at the basics of Dishonored. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. A little bit of a disturbing scene to go out on, and I'll leave you with the mystery of what that whole cinematic was about, so you can check out the game for yourself. Now, closing thoughts here when it comes to Dishonored are that I really, really like this game. Let me touch briefly on a few things. First of all, the game's length. I realize that this could potentially be a major concern for people thinking that the game is going to be just incredibly short, and what I would have to say is that you could certainly breeze your way through this game if you did nothing but the main objective. There's no question about that. In fact, I took a look at my total playtime and it came out to 7 hours. Now, let me add to that. The first 2/3 of the game I was playing in as completionist of a way as possible. I made sure that I got as much done, tried to collect all of the runes, which is something I haven't even done here because the video is just getting a little bit long, so I want to cut it now. But there's probably a good 20 to 30 minutes left in this video of potential, in this level of potential content. So we could still continue to go through this level for about another 30 minutes. But again, I don't want the video to drag on that much. Back to my point though, my total playtime was sitting at 7 hours, with the first 2/3 me being completionist about, and the last third me rushing through. So what that tells you is that if you were to try to get everything done in the game and try to collect everything, it would probably take about 10 hours, I would say. Whereas if you were blitzing all the way through it, I've heard that you could get it done in about 4 or 5, potentially even less. Honestly, I could see someone getting the game done in less than 4 hours. So it's really going to come down to how you approach it. Now, the other great thing is that this game has got so much replayability. I plan to play through it at least a few more times. I mean, there's just so much you can do. There's absolutely so much that you can do in this game, and you can play the game differently. Be careful with these guys. If they spot you and they start playing that little siren thing, it actually deactivates your magic abilities. That is super annoying.
Restrict an errant mind.
Yeah, I mean, the game is a heck of a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it. I'm gonna wholeheartedly recommend it to people. Now, it is fairly expensive at $60, but I think that this is a game that's definitely worth that price. You know, if there's any game that you're going to spend $60 on, this should be it. That's what I'm going to say about it. Now, just quickly to make sure that we have covered, I'm pretty sure we went over all of the game's major features. We talked about the power system. You collect runes, you unlock these, both enhancement and powers, the bone charms as well. You'll find more as you play through the game. Pick the 6 that you want. The one thing we really didn't look at is the store that lets you purchase upgrades, but it basically just, you know, carry more ammo or be more stealthy, be able to collect more bone charms. You start off with only 3 bone charms allowed, and then you can unlock up to 6. Stuff like that. It's nothing too crazy or in depth, just a few extra perks. You can also purchase ammo and things like that at the store as well. But yeah, we're not going to go ahead and take a look at that. Again, the closing thoughts are this game is great. And I would recommend it to anyone who likes stealthy games. In fact, Deus Ex, anybody? Deus Ex. That's all I gotta say. The 2000 version of Deus Ex, yeah, this is gonna be very familiar for people who are fans of that game. No question about that. Different setting, but man, oh man, does it feel like a real, true spiritual successor to that, and rightfully so. It definitely should, given the pedigree of the people, and just the people in general who worked on this title. And I'm actually, speaking of which, I'm not sure if I mentioned it at the start of the video, but this was developed by Arcane Studios and published by Bethesda Softworks. And killing people by stabbing them in the face is probably the coolest thing ever. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this look at the basics of Dishonored. Stay tuned in the future for more of the basics videos. I finally have a name for my content. I think that that's going to do it. I really like the idea of just covering all of the game's major features and then wrapping it up with a general thoughts and impressions sort of deal. I think that's sort of a good way to go about it. We're going to go back up to the roof as we wrap up this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. Hopefully you check out Dishonored if you enjoy stealthy games whatsoever. Yeah, well worth it. Well worth it indeed. Thanks again, guys. If you like the content, please subscribe. And as always, keep watching and keep owning. What do we got over here? Okay, so we got one guy over there. Gonna trank that guy, I think. Get these two. Just gotta be careful peeking around the corner. What are you doing, you idiot? Which way are you going? You going that way? Perfect. Watch this.
No.
Well, just one guy left. Now, what should we kill him with, huh? Fire? Yeah, let's kill him with fire. Shut off the alarm so no one can sound that. Kill this guy with fire. Oh, that's sad. That's a sad story. And this is a great game. Hey guys, watch out! Incoming! Yeah, the burning corpse thrown off the roof might be worth checking out. I'm not sure, though.